Good morning, Mark.
Hi, Kirk.
Well, I think we have a topic of conversation this morning. I assume everyone got a letter in the mail. If they didn't get it yesterday, they're going to get it in the near future. And that letter is from the assessor, and it is the new real estate assessment of your property.
Yeah. Hey, well, here's the good news. Property in Dickinson County in general is appreciating much faster than the rate of inflation. So if you're a property owner, you're making progress.
Absolutely.
From a financial standpoint.
Absolutely. So tell us a little about, I'm going to ask you some questions and let you answer them, if that's okay.
Sure.
Tell us a little about how they come up with the numbers, where this is coming from.
Well, this is from the Dickinson County Assessor, and the Dickinson County Assessor is required by the Iowa Auditor to every 2 years determine the fair market value of every piece of real estate in the state of Iowa. First of all, what is fair market value? That's a legitimate question, and that is the price that a willing seller would pay, or a willing buyer would pay a willing seller for the property, given a reasonable amount of time to determine price.
A third-party transaction.
Right. So it's what we refer to in the business as an arm's length transaction.
Perfect.
Where there was no favoritism on either side of the transaction.
Sounds good.
So so that is what the county assessor believes the value of your property is as of January 1 of 2023.
Sounds good. And is it my understanding that the state has mandated that every 2 years they need all properties to come within 5% of what they consider, or what is considered, the fair market value?
They do, and the reason, and if that, so the assessor needs to get those values close, because if they don't, the state auditor will come in and mandate an increase for all properties in the county. So, yeah, and the biggest reason for having market valuations of properties is because the one thing that property taxes pay throughout the state of Iowa is the school tax. And the state wants to equalize the school taxes across the state based on market valuation of properties.
Exactly. Yes. So, what else do we need to talk about to try to help people understand this?
Well, for one thing, this is not a perfect science from the assessor's office. And so there is a period in which you have to discuss this, your valuation, either with the assessor or to protest it through what we call the Board of Review, which is an independent board set up by the county in which you can make your opinion known as to the value of your property if you don't agree with that assessment.
Basically appeal the value that they've set.
Yeah, and you have to file that desire to go to this board of review between now and April 30th. So it's kind of
So
that time thing.
We're less than a month.
Yeah, we're in that period. And the way that you would best make a point as to your valuation being less than what this number says is to find 3 comparable sales in your neighborhood that would indicate a value less than what the number on your paper does. Now, we can help you with that. Give us
Absolutely.
a call and give us your address, and we'll look through our files and come up with what we think are the 3 or 4 best sales in your comparable sales in your neighborhoods to kind of give you an idea of if where these numbers are right or not.
Right. So I guess what I'm going to paraphrase a little bit, I'm going to say is, you can't go into the appeal and say, well, I think I'm paying too much taxes.
No.
Or you can't, because what they'll say to you is, would you sell your house for that?
Yep.
And chances are you're going to say no. So it's a process. If you want to pursue it, it's a process.
One thing that is probably should know is that this property valuation is a way to equitably divide the cost of government in schools and and county governments. So the other thing that determines your taxes is how much more asking there is in each of these
Each of these categories, whether
Right.
it's the school or the city
Right,
or the
yeah.
county or the hospital or everything.
And of course, they're experiencing the same kind of inflation that you or I are in our homes, operating our homes. So they're going to ask for more money.
Right.
But we've also had lots of new builds that are going to come in, so we should be able to. While there probably is going to be a tax increase in total, it's probably not going to be it's not going to be near what the increase
The percentage increase in assessed.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So couple last things. One, around the 1st of August, you will get in the mail a new property tax statement, and that will tell you what your new tax is, but it's not going to come into effect till basically 18 months from now.
Well, the
Am I saying that right?
valuation that you have for January 1 that you've just received in the mail is for the property tax. Iowa's in arrears, so you won't pay those property taxes begin paying them until September of 2024.
Right.
So,
Right. So it's not like you're going to pay more taxes tomorrow.
right.
No, there's a delay. So if you have any questions, if we can help you in any way, feel free to call anybody here in our office. We will try to be as straightforward and help you in any way we can. So anyway, it's not the end of the world. The good news is your property is worth more. It's a good place to invest, Okoboji. Take care, be safe. Thank you, Mark.